WCW World Television title as Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff will face the challenge of Shane Douglas. Also today, our very first, a Flair for the Gold with Nature Boy, Ric Flair. All this and more next on WCW Worldwide.
WCW Worldwide Wrestling is on the air. It's Tony Schiavone, Jesse Ventura ringside, and here we go with Sting. To begin our program, Jesse.
I'll tell you what, Schiavone, what a way to start off what I consider a new beginning here in Worldwide Wrestling on WCW, the Stinger, most popular man in all of wrestling today.
There you see the little Stingers that they paint up many different ways. And he'll be going up against Pat Rose. Jesse, you said a new beginning in Worldwide here at WCW. That's because today begins, as you saw right at the top of the program, a Flair for the Gold, plus the computerized challenge. Paul Orndorff against Shane Douglas for the World TV title. Yes, and our Slamboree Control Center continues. We got a lot going on here this week.
Well, we finally were stepped into the 90s.
Pat Rose tries to get things going against Sting. Mike Atkins is the referee. Capacity crowd on hand. Good to have you with us. Wherever you are watching Worldwide. Sting, certainly tremendous charisma, but with tremendous ability as well. And one of the things we've talked about so much, and it really rings true when you talk about Sting, is the fact that the man has tremendous heart, Jesse. Here's a guy who's been in almost every type of match conceivable. Look at that hip toss out of the right side and a drop kick. And he still comes back. Each and every man say, we're going to take Sting out of wrestling. They haven't been successful as of yet.
Well, Sting's one of the rare athletes, Tony, who really gets off with the fans, if you get what I mean. I mean, he rises to the occasion with his fans, the little Stingers all around the arenas, and a lot of guys need that. I particularly, when I wrestled, didn't need that. He's a homer.
A homer.
Yeah.
In other words, the hometown favorite.
Yeah.
Into the midsection, Pat Rose. Pat is a great veteran, and if he gets you caught in the corner, he's going to work you over, sending Sting down to the other side. Sting bounded out that time. He may be hurt here. Snapmare takeover. Rose seizing the opportunity now, covers him for a 1 count.
Well, can you imagine if Pat Rose were to score an upset over Sting?
We'd have to interview him.
You would.
You wouldn't interview him?
I don't think so.
You've been kind of choosy about who you want to interview, who you don't. Sting firing back now. Right hand, side of the head.
And the Stinger's taking just about as much as he wants to from Pat Rose here. Rose starting off real quick, but now the Stinger's cut him down. Big right hand. Looks like he's going to give him the buckle.
There he goes. Stinger splash. Rose goes down, and he's got to put on the Scorpion Deathlock here. You can see it coming. And right now, nothing Rose can do about it. It's on. He sits down on him, and it's over. Sting begins this edition of WCW Worldwide Wrestling with a tremendous win. Just see the body.
Tremendous win for the Stinger, as I said it at the outset of the program. Without a doubt, the most popular wrestler throughout the entire world today. Let's go back to replay. There you see Rose after the turnbuckle. Wham! The big Stinger splash in the corner. And Rose is on rubber leg street. Tumbles out to the center of the ring. Sting looks out to the crowd, seeking approval again. Before he puts on the Scorpion Deathlock, he's got it on, steps over with it, sits down with it, gets a submission, Tony.
Sting is your winner. Coming up, beautiful Bobby, Chris Benoit together on Worldwide.
Another exciting win here in World Championship Wrestling. Hello, everyone. I'm Tony Gilliam, and welcome to this edition of the WCW Magazine. The hard-hitting action will continue. But let's talk about Slamboree 93. It will come your way live on pay-per-view Sunday night, May the 23rd, 7 o'clock starting time. It's a Legends reunion. As announced last week, along with the many great legends, 2 matches have been signed. One is for the NWA title as Barry Windham meets this man, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Say what you want to about me, Windham. You're the one that over the years has jumped back and forth straddling the fence. I really want to know what you wanted to be when you grew up. Well, now you're the NWA champion. Well, good. Everybody wished you well, Windham. But the one thing I wish for you now on this given night at Slamboree, be all the man you can be. Let's forget the rhetoric. Let's just let Arn Anderson be himself. You be yourself. Over the years, we've tossed around the idea of me and you tumbling. We may have even tried it once or twice in the car or in a hotel room, but it's been undecided. Well, on this given night, I think we should decide it once and for all, Barry Windham. I don't think you got a lot of personality, but I'm going to give you a lot of gut check that particular night at Slamboree.
Intriguing comments from the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. We also know that Big Van Vader will defend his WCW title against Davey Boy Smith as well. More still to be announced on the Slamboree 93 Control Center later in the hour. I'm Tony Gillum, and this has been the WCW Magazine.
Try to get up, Homer.
I can't.
Too bad, man.
Why, you little... crap!
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Double, double your refreshment. Double, double your enjoyment. Oh, no single gum, double fresh is your mouth. Double mint, gum.
There's no single gum like it.
You are witnessing a new technology. The first and only game powered by the Super FX microchip.
Danger, 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 danger.
Why go to the next level when you can go light years beyond? You are Foxy Proud in Star Fox, only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Your car doesn't look, doesn't feel, doesn't smell brand new anymore. The thrill is gone. Get it back with new vinyl. New vinyl conditions, restores, and protects vinyl and leather. There's no rubbing, no buffing. New vinyl penetrates and dries in seconds. You get a protective finish and a showroom feel that's so real you can smell it. Just like a brand new car. But all that was easy. Watch new vinyl make the seat of this junkyard car look like new. Now it's softer, more supple. Even gives these tires a showroom shine. So whether your car's really old or just feeling old, new vinyl will bring it back fast. There's only one new vinyl. It's guaranteed. Want it back? That new car feeling? It's yours with new vinyl.
There's only one new vinyl at 8 Auto, Caldor, James Wayne, Rite Aid, Kmart, Woolworth, Bradley's, Auto Barn, Genevieve's Drug, or Ernest Strauss.
What got me? I bet your subway token this ain't light.
You're on.
You never know. You never know. I was born tonight, but it wasn't last night. This ain't light.
Yes, it is. There's a new light beer for people who wouldn't consider a light beer.
What is it?
Introducing Coors Extra Gold Light compared to Bud.
I'm colorblind and I can tell it's dark.
Looks and tastes like regular beer. You won't believe it's a light.
If I didn't know this was a light beer, I would have never thought this was a light beer.
Coors Extra Gold Light. It's the rich, smooth, darker light beer.
I agree with him. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Worldwide. Before we go to our next match, Jesse, tag team action over the past couple of weeks, a lot has happened to Cactus Jack. One thing we know right now is that Cactus Jack has suffered apparently a very serious injury.
Well, Cactus Jack got what he wanted, and that was the World Heavyweight Champion, Big Van Vader, and now I'm not so sure he really wanted it that bad. I mean, I can't imagine anybody asking for Vader.
It all began with a challenge made by Cactus Jack about 3 weeks ago, and then he had this match against Big Van Vader. Here's what happened.
Here it comes.
Cactus. Try a little defensive move at time. Oh, whoa. Kind of like a rag doll now, bouncing him around. Look at Cactus Jack on all fours, trying to crawl to the safety rail to pull himself up. Here he comes.
Oh, he moved.
He hit the safety rail. Fans are
Cactus is climbing back in the ring.
Vader is not. Come on. He's hurt. The world champion's hurt.
The champ's down. The count's up to about 8 or 9.
10. 10. Cactus Jack will win it.
I can't believe it. Cactus Jack has beat the world heavyweight champion.
All right, that happened, of course, many weeks ago, and that was the first of 2 matches between Sting and the world champion Big Van Vader. And what a tremendous win it was. I mean, between Cactus Jack and Big Van Vader, what a tremendous match it was. And a win for Cactus Jack, but he suffered apparently right there the beginnings of a very serious injury.
That's right, Cactus Jack is hurt at the hands of Big Van Vader, the world heavyweight champion. And why? I think because Cactus tried to embarrass the champion. And you don't try to embarrass the champion.
Well, we were all there, Jesse. You know there's more to the story. Big Van Vader demanded a return match the following week, and we will show you next week what happened to further this along to Cactus Jack. And again, like we said, Cactus Jack since has suffered an injury. Okay, set to go now. Chris Benoit, Bobby against Joey Maggs and Mike Winner. And it's our first look at the tandem of Benoit and Beautiful Bobby.
And this ought to be a very unique tag team right here, Tony Schiavone, because Chris Benoit and Beautiful Bobby, 2 of the greatest aerial wrestlers I've personally ever seen in my life. And them as a tag team, wow.
You talk about aerial tactics, 2 men who obviously are veterans, use the high-risk maneuvers, also like to stretch the rules, as you saw right there.
And a great move by Benoit right there. He saw the referee out of position, saw the opening, reached up, grabbed the hair, and secured the headlock.
Shoulder block by Benoit, the native of Canada, slips underneath of Joey Maggs. High-impact blows. And Benoit picks up. Well, Maggs slipped from behind now. Rolls up. Tag has been made. And Joey Maggs, got it right in the face.
And that was all legal, as you called it, Tony. The tag had been made from Benoit to Beautiful Bobby, and Bobby just walked in and measured him.
Swinging neck breaker, one of his favorite moves. Fans still to come, a flare for the goal, the first installment here on Worldwide, our Slamboree Control Center, and still our computerized challenge, World TV title match.
And let's not also forget we got the World Tag Team Champions this week.
Hollywood Blondes. Now Mike Winner. And Winner being very aggressive now, sending Bobby out of the corner. Watch out, he moved out of the way.
With a little help from his partner, Benoit.
Absolutely.
You know, this guy's got a lot of gall.
Who does?
Winner, having a name like that. I ain't never seen him win yet.
Oh!
I mean, if I was him, I might head out and, you know, do a legal name change. That's a cocky thing to have for a name, you know.
Well, I mean, sometimes
Mike Winner.
Big clothesline. Sometimes you're stuck with names, you know what I'm saying? Clothesline and a waist lock. Pick up. And a belly to back. Nick Patrick is the referee. You know, we talked about the aerial tactics of these 2. There's a lot of mat wrestling ability with Chris Benoit as well, Jeff.
Both of them. These are 2 of the best mechanical wrestlers I've had a chance to see, and them as a tag team, like I said, Tony, is awesome. Look at this.
Wow. That was a combination crucifix and neck breaker. And Jesse, you know, and you were a very successful tag team wrestler. It takes a great deal of communication, but I guess the word is here, tag team flow. They seem to flow quite well as a team for the first time we've seen them.
And look at this, look at it. Look at Bobby's got the referee tied up. Benoit doing the damage over on the rope. Excellent. Love to see that type of teamwork.
Well, it gets back to flow. It's not exactly honorable, but whoa, boy, you're right in the corner now.
Yeah, but winning matches, you don't necessarily have to be honorable.
Benoit once again connects. And here's a tag again, beautiful Bobby.
Winner trying to fight as well. Look at this.
Oh, they let him hang right on the top. And Joey Mack's had enough.
He's had enough. He's pounding beautiful Bobby. But his partner, Winner, looks like a loser right now. Benoit setting him up here. Watch this.
We've seen a lot of great tag teams, including the Cole Twins. Oh, there's a knee driven right into Winner. And what a challenge it would be for the Cole Twins to face these two. Here's a cover, 1, 2, and this one is over. Coming up next, the Slamboree Control Center and some major announcements on Worldwide.
A fighter with skill, power, discipline. He became a rebel.
You are ordered to stop teaching.
I'll teach you everyone to learn. A leader. Can't change people with your fists. A legend.
I beat him before. I beat him again.
Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
Thank you. Pull around.
Thank you.
Paul Conklin, call the Big L93. In the next 93 seconds, you'll be today's big winner.
I need a phone.
Yo, where are you, Paul?
I'm coming.
Because what you want is lunch in minutes. Our crew really hustles for you. So now, what you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Paul, you still have 24 seconds. Call, babe.
This will take a minute.
Hey, Paul, you out there, buddy?
Petland discount. At Petland we care.
I'm Neil Patrick, president. Tropical fish are fun, beautiful, and easy to own.
You'll have crystal clear aquarium water and healthier tropical fish with Second Nature's Whisper Power Filters. It's easy to maintain any size aquarium with Whisper's Quick Change Cartridge. Ask for Whisper at
Petland discount. At Petland we care.
Now over 90 convenient locations, all open every day.
Things were rough before I got laid off, and then, wow. Creditors calling day and night, foreclosure notices on our house. My wife finally stopped the madness.
How?
Called Jacoby and Myers. Instead of losing everything, all we lost were the bill collectors. Our bankruptcy lawyer helped us keep our house, furniture, my tools. You know, the bankruptcy laws aren't just for big corporations.
What's next?
I think we got a shot at getting our credit back.
Lennox Lewis of Great Britain is the WBC heavyweight champion. On May 8th, all of England will be watching when he defends his title against the #1 contender, Tony Tucker of the United States.
It's going to be another big disappointment for the Queen.
Lewis versus Tucker, heavyweight championship, Saturday, May 8th. Live on pay-per-view and at select closed-circuit locations. Call your cable company.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Bischoff, and welcome to the Slamboree Control Center. Slamboree 93, a Legends reunion, is drawing near, and it's coming your way on Sunday, May 23rd, exclusively on pay-per-view. The superstars of our sport, from the past and the present, will get together for a night of action and memories. Take a look at this lineup. The WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Big Van Vader, will defend his title against the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. The NWA heavyweight title will be on the line as Barry Windham will face the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. Plus, we are excited to announce a cage match for the WCW World Tag Team Championship as the Hollywood Blondes, Lion Brian and Stunning Steve, defend against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Shane Douglas. And another tag team matchup is going to see Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Alexander Bagwell face the new team of Beautiful Bobby and Chris Benoit. Now, in addition, Sting will be in action as well, and we'll have more information in the upcoming weeks on that match. Now, with more on the Legends, let's go to Gordon Soley. And Gordon, many fans have been calling in and are excited about some of the Legends that are going to be a part of the event. Tell us more.
You're certainly right, Eric, and I'll tell you what, wait till they hear this. In addition to the 14 superstars already announced, we have 4 more to add. Former AWA champion Nick Bockwinkel, tag team of Jumping Jim Brunzell and Greg Gagne, one of the most exciting teams in AWA history. And the man who needs no introduction to wrestling fans anywhere, Vern Gagne. When he won the AWA Championship, it began one of the greatest world title reigns in history. During his 30 years in the ring, he was regarded as the greatest scientific wrestler of all time. Let's take a look at Vern Gagne in action. Eric?
Thanks, Gordon. And it's easy to see why fans all around the world have already placed their orders for Slamboree 93, a Legends reunion, only on pay-per-view. It is coming your way Sunday, May 23rd, 7 o'clock Eastern. Make your plans now to join us for all of the action, the nostalgia, and what will be the history of one of the most anticipated events of all time, Slamboree. For Gordon Soley, I'm Eric Bischoff. We'll have more WCW action in just a moment.
What's so great about Twix?
The smooth surface forms an airtight seal, keeping vital moisture in.
No! It's getting chocolate, caramel, and that great cookie crunch.
So, one might conclude the whole specimen is greater than the sum of its layers.
I don't get it. Hey, it's just one of life's great kicks, Twix.
Inside your smooth-running engine is a torture chamber. And under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil in every grade meets the world's toughest requirements for viscosity breakdown. Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. Why make things tougher on your engine? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Buy a case of Castrol and get up to $4 back on any air or oil filter. See dealer for details.
I'm on the road day in and day out. It's, hey, taxi, stop, and, cabby, quick, stop here. So I know the value of good brakes. My livelihood depends on it. And when I'm off duty, our lives depend on good brakes. That's why I depend on Meineke.
At Meineke, we do brakes, and we do them right. We analyze the whole system, pinpoint the problem, and fix it, period.
No matter why you're on the road, you can depend on brakes from Meineke. I do.
When a family stands together against the violence all around them.
Life's a risk, carnal.
When one son vows to uphold the law.
Police! Police!
While another dares to break it.
You owe me this one, bucko!
When the struggle to survive turns brother against brother.
You kill your own people! No!
All they have left is their bond of blood.
What?
Bound by honor. Rated R. Starts Friday, April 30th in select cities.
I'd like to show you an all-natural lawn care product, Thatchmaster. With spring application, Thatchmaster reduces excess thatch without power detaching machines or old-fashioned raking. It uses a natural protein enzyme to gradually break down excess thatch so water and nutrients are more easily absorbed into the soil. Get your lawn ready for summer now with Thatchmaster. It makes a tough job easier, naturally.
Available at Sears, Kmart, Frank's, and participating True Value. Thatchmaster.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Cobra's building an ultimate weapon, but standing in the way, G.I. Joe! It's good versus evil, and this time the battle's bigger than ever! G.I. Joe figures and vehicles sold separately.
The Murine Earwax Removal System has drops that safely loosen wax, plus an ear washer to gently flush wax away. Murine, the complete medically approved earwax removal system.
Never thought about transmission wear? Time to ship mental gears. Try one of these special treatments from Slick 50, the transmission wear protector.
Back on Worldwide Wrestling, and you're ringside with the superstars of WCW World Championship Wrestling. There you go. And here they are. Two men who say that they give the fans a brush of greatness each and every time they make their way to the ring. Stunning Steve, Flying Brian, the World Tag Team Champions, the Hollywood Blondes.
You know, I got to ask you, Tony, I got to be point blank with you. You quite frankly just don't like their attitudes, do you?
Well,
I could tell. There's just a little bit of hostility in your voice every time the world champs make an appearance.
Two men's attitude that I'm very happy with. Two Colt Scorpio, Marcus Alexander Bagwell, who are standing by with comments.
Next week, right here on Worldwide, the computer doesn't lie. The computer read out that me and Scorpio are the next contenders for the World Heavyweight titles.
That's the #1 contenders, baby. So that means that somebody's got to put the strap on the line, baby. So we're coming with the disc that don't miss and a cradle suplex for the 1, 2, 3.
Yes, it is true. The computerized challenge next week will feature the Hollywood Blondes defending the World Tag Team Championship against two Colt and Bagwell right here on Worldwide, and the two youngsters are very excited about it.
That's what the computer spit out?
Yeah, you do
Who's
that.
feeding the data to the computer?
I don't know. I mean, we heard from Eric Bischoff and Greg Gagne a couple of weeks ago about the computer. That's one of those meat computers we have in the back in WCW.
I'll tell you what, I'm starting to think that computer's got a virus in it.
Waistlock takeover. Brad Anderson, Tommy Angel, the opponents for the Hollywood Blondes. No denying Jesse Ventura. The Hollywood Blondes are red hot at WCW. Very arrogant. Yes, I don't necessarily like their attitude, but and everybody has to be certainly impressed with their ability.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what they've done. Now look at Flying Brian grinding his opponent's face into that mat. And look at that, the movie camera takes a little picture of it. I love it because they've moved to my town, Tinseltown, Tony.
Hollywood.
You know, they came to the set the other day just to visit me and Sly.
On the son of Demolition Man.
Yes. They're just a little up the road from Warner Brothers now.
Did you take care of them?
Of course I did.
Well, I just want to make sure. You never know. Rolls him up. He's won. Wow, great move that time. Got a one-counted stunning Steve.
Look at that. He stomped him right on the fingers, too.
And, Jesse, what about the announcement that we heard just moments ago that it will be in a cage for the World Tag Team title at Slamboree, the Hollywood Blondes against Steamboat and Douglas? I tell you, next week, if Two Colt and Bagwell defeat the Hollywood Blondes, they would move in to face Steamboat and Shane Douglas at Slamboree.
In a cage.
In a cage.
I don't think that Two Colt and Bagwell have ever been in a cage in their young careers. I don't think they want to start that now. Oh, and there's the towel. The terrible towel.
How you like that?
Stomping also on a hand of Tommy Angel. Well, that cage match. One of the big announcements, and we also heard that Two Colt and Bagwell would be facing Beautiful Bobby and Chris Benoit. So certainly if we have a change of the tag team belts next week here, that those two tag team matches would change around. Sting will be featured as well on the Slamboree pay-per-view on Sunday, the 23rd of May.
Whoa, and how about those legends coming, Giovanni?
Oh, right on the back of the neck goes Stunning Steve.
More and more legends adding their names to the list.
Absolutely. How about Vern Gagne and Greg Gagne?
You know, I find that real interesting, Giovanni.
Oh, why is that?
How the son can be a legend at the same time the father is.
Jeff, I don't have an answer for that
I'll tell you, there's two old goats, huh?
Don't have an answer for that one either. Double team! And a drop kick. That's a legendary family in this sport. But, of course, no one is safe from Jesse Ventura.
Nobody really knows, though, the toughest Gagne of them all is Kathy.
There's a tag. You're talking about one of the daughters.
Yeah, Greg's sister.
Greg's sister, yes. Slam down again. Take a look at this tough team. Look at this. Great team. Whoa! 1, 2, 3. When we come back, it's a flare for the gold. Ric Flair and his guest, Van Vader along with Harley Race. Stay right where you are.
Upper Deck has to average card collectors whose cards they collect.
I collect Steve Young.
I collect endorsements. I collect back doctors and surgeons. Rings. I collect fines.
I just collect fishing lures. The musky dingbat.
Dingbat?
I have a 56 powder blue Chevy.
Powder blue? A Ferrari. I collect Reggie. Rolls Royce. Reggie. Really? Not. Yeah. The smooth. Original interior, original carpet, drives like a dream.
Upper Deck asked a few average card collectors whose cards they collect.
I collect Steve Young. I collect endorsements. I collect back doctors and surgeons. Rings. I collect fines.
I just collect fishing lures. The musky dingbat.
Dingbat. I have a 56 powder blue Chevy. Powder blue? A Ferrari. I collect Reggie. Rolls Royce. Reggie. Really? Not. Yeah. The smooth. Original interior, original carpet, drives like a dream.
It's not just another mint mouthwash. It fights black. And it fights the gum infection, gingivitis. It's Cool Mint Listerine Antiseptic. It fights bad breath with an exhilarating, cool, minty taste. No, it's not just another mint mouthwash. Cool Mint Listerine works like Listerine, tastes like cool mint.
Hi from Snapple. We got a letter here from Dirk MacGyver. Your iced tea is the best I have ever tasted. I am not lying when I say this. We'll see about that.
I've been a polygraph examiner for 10 years, and I would definitely know if he was not telling us the truth. Do you intend to lie to me today about Snapple?
No.
Did you tell the truth in your letter?
Yes.
Is Snapple the best iced tea you ever had?
Yes.
Well, Dirk, I guess you really do like Snapple iced tea.
Made from the best stuff on earth.
Welcome to a Flair for the Gold. Tonight's special guest will be former NWA Heavyweight Champion Harley Race and WCW World Heavyweight Champion Big Van Vader. And now, here he is, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
This is it, the hottest program on network TV. This is a Flair for the Gold. This is Penthouse Paradise, and I am Ric Flair, your host tonight. We're live, and baby, as my arch nemesis for so many years said, while all the rest are out back, laughing and joking, we're up front, cooking and smoking. Bigger than Arsenio, bigger than Jay Leno. We are, ladies and gentlemen, a Flair for the Gold. This is why letters have come by the droves for years. People want to know. They say, Nature Boy, are you really? Woo! I kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. But just take a look. This is it. It's a Flair for the Gold. Now, as I promised you, I've got a big, major sports celebrity here tonight. But before I bring him up, I know on the mind of every man in my audience tonight, everybody's asking themselves the same question. Who is this? Well, let me just step back here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the finest French ballet that money can buy. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Fifi. Woo! Hey, now, as I told you last week, I promised you a big-time sports celebrity, and he's here with us tonight. I'm talking about none other than the world heavyweight wrestling champion, Big Van Vader, with the legend himself, Harley Race. How are you looking better? Hello, Chad. Thanks for coming on the show. Have a seat, guys. Have a seat there, big man. Fifi, bring the guys a drink. Relax now, hey. This is pretty good. Vader, right there, brother. Have a drink. Give one to Harley, honey. Harley, every time I see you, you are in the championship picture. You wore the title for years.
And now you're managing the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. That's right.
Well, Rick, let me tell you something.
Bring the big man some food.
First time I came back to the WCW, I walked down that aisle, and I brought back a World Heavyweight Champion. I got this man right here. This is 3 times around World Heavyweight Champion. Big Van Vader himself.
You know, Harley, a lot of the folks out there don't know that Big Van Vader was a huge success on the continent for years before he came to the U.S., made a commitment to WCW, and in a period of short years, am I right, big man? In a period of 2 years, he has won the world title on 3 different occasions.
3 times.
That's a remarkable feat. And there you are, Harley Race by your side.
We're not here to talk about the past. We're talking about the here and the now and the future. Get on with it.
Please,
Vader, boy.
Vader, relax.
Get on with it.
I've got some questions the public wants answered. First of all, brother, he's a lot to handle, man. Hey, first time around, he sat in that seat so many times. I've sat in that seat many times over the years. How does it feel to be the most hunted man in all of professional wrestling? We're the champ night in and night out, brother. You got to be ready to defend that title against the greatest stars of the WCW. Hey, it's a lot to handle, brother.
Let me tell you something first, Nature Boy. Vader is the hunter. He's not the hunted. And I'm tired of hearing about everybody. I'm tired of hearing about Davey Boy. I'm tired of hearing about Sting. Let me tell you something about Sting. Sting has been to Vader's school of pain. Oh, yeah, he suffered pain, and he endured pain. And that's why I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, and he's not. You're looking at it, baby.
Okay, hey, brother, you are the champ. I'm giving you your due. Let me ask you one more question. Slamboree, May 23rd. May 23rd, Slamboree, reunion of the legend. The greatest night in pay-per-view wrestling. You've got to wrestle none other than the great European star, Davey Boy Smith. So how do you feel about that, champ?
The pride of Great Britain, huh? The British Chihuahua. Yeah. Let me tell you something about Davey Boy. He's got to go to Vader's School of Pain, just like Sting did and his broken rib, just like Ron Simmons did and his broken shoulder, just like Joe Thurman did with his broken back, just like Cactus Jack and Nikita Koloff. We can't find him because I ran him out of wrestling. So Davey Boy got to go to school.
Relax. Okay, hey, one more question. Everywhere I go, the kids ask me, wrestlers ask me, hey, Harley probably wants to know too, why do you wear that mask?
Well, you don't like my mask?
I love your mask.
What's wrong with my mask?
I think your mask is great.
Let me tell you something, brother. Where?
My mask's on behalf of the public.
Where?
Oh, no, hey, I'll pay $1,000 for that, brother.
Where?
Come on.
Where? Does a 500-pound gorilla sleep? Brother, I'm the bull of the bull of the woods, if you will. I go around the Rocky Mountains kicking grizzly bears out of their caves and stealing their food. And you ask me why I wear this mask? Let me tell you something, brother. I wear this mask because I like it.
Champ, you made a believer out of me.
I like it.
I want you to relax and have a good time. This is a talk show, man. This is heavy syndication.
To tell you something while I got your attention, I got a question for you, Nature Boy. And you're going to answer it right here. Who's the man? Who's the man, Nature Boy? Ray, tell him who the man is.
The man, Mr. Flair, is sitting right here to your left.
Hey, PB, you answer a question for Vader.
Me?
Who's the man?
Tell him, Vader.
Cousin Cole.
I'll tell you something, little girl. When you're tired of running around with this boy and you want to go out with a man, you give Mr. Race a call, and we might put you on the schedule. And you, put on your tights, put on your wrestling boots, and get in the square circle, because you too have to go to the School of Pain, brother. You got that?
Rick,
Who's the man?
interview is over.
Who's the man?
Come on, Vader. You know, Fifi, in closing, let me just say, Big Man Vader, that being the man and staying the man are two different things. Would you say, Fifi? Well, let's talk about next week. Yeah, you guys like Fifi, don't you, huh? Woo! Well, next week, right here, my guest will be the NWA Heavyweight Champion, Barry Windham. And as promised, I'm going to throw the greatest party in the history of network talk. We're going to have beautiful girls, live limousines, champagne, live music. Join us next week for a Flair. Woo! Here we go.
Welcome to the final edition of the WCW Magazine. I'm Tony Gillum. As we heard earlier in the hour during the Slamboree 93 Control Center with Gordon Soley and Eric Bischoff, the World Tag Team Championship will be held in a cage on Sunday, May the 23rd. As the former champions Ricky Steamboat and Shane Douglas face the arrogant team of the 90s, the Hollywood Blondes, Flying Brian and Stunning Steve. Right now, let's hear from the World Tag Team Champions.
A day that will live in infamy. May 23rd, 1993, the epic battle in a steel cage between the team of the 90s, the Hollywood Blondes, and Steamboat and Douglas. Steamboat and Douglas, this is the final chapter. It's over.
At Slamboree, Brian, it's going to be a great day to be a blonde. Steamboat and Douglas, if you were here right now, I'd have to slap you. Wake up, guys. I don't know what it's going to take to finally clear the cobwebs through your head. The Blondes are the best tag team in the world. In a cage or out of a cage, we're still going to be the World Tag Team Champions.
Arrogant comments from the World Tag Team Champions, the Hollywood Blondes, who will be part of that big pay-per-view event, Slamboree 93 live on pay-per-view Sunday night, May the 23rd with a 7 o'clock starting time. I'm Tony Gillum. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Single gum like it.
In a world of flat chips, what do you call crunchy baked shells surrounding smooth, creamy fillings? Role models. See why combos taste better? What do you call a crunchy baked tortilla filled with creamy nacho cheese? Nacho ordinary tortilla. New nacho tortilla combos. See why combos taste better?
When you're thirsty, you need a diet squirt. Because there's nothing like our refreshing blend of citrus flavors. Give your thirst a diet squirt.
Here's Larry Posen, president of Beltone.
My parents wanted to help people hear better. That's why they started Beltone over 50 years ago. Today, we continue the tradition of helping people at Beltone centers nationwide.
Time and again, people come to us with the same concerns.
I hear, but don't understand voices. People mumble.
Beltone's 10-step test will tell you what you're hearing and what you're not. Call for this free brochure and a coupon for a free hearing test.
If you do need hearing help, Beltone offers a tiny hearing aid with clear voice.
a microcircuit that helps many people by reducing certain background noises.
Choice is clear. If you or someone you love has trouble hearing clearly, come to Beltone. Outstanding technology, professional advice, an American company.
Call 1-800-638-9898 for your free Beltone guide to better hearing and hearing test coupon. 1-800-638-9898.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, the computerized challenge match for the World Television Championship, set for one fall with TV time remaining. Introducing first the challenger, as selected by the computer, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 239 pounds, Shane Douglas. And from Tampa, Florida, weighing 251 pounds, he is the World Television Champion, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
So the computer says it's, as we told you a couple weeks ago, or actually last week, Shane Douglas will be going after the World Television Champion, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
You know, I wonder if that could create any animosity in the Douglas Steamboat tag team combination. I mean, how does the Dragon feel that Shane Douglas has picked over him?
Well,
and look at the fans. They're chanting, Paula, Paula. And you know who started that, Tony Schiavone? You and Dustin Rhodes. No, you and Dustin Rhodes.
I'm not going to be a part of that, but hey, what about a flair for the goal?
I loved it.
What about,
all I got to say up there, I love Fifi too. All I got to say is, Arsenio who?
Yeah. Well, you're not kidding. Vader getting rather belligerent on Nature Boy Ric Flair as well. Orndorff having these problems not only with the fans of the chant of Paula, but with the
ring attendant.
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful doesn't seem happy. And look, there's the chant again. You know, Wonderful can't be listening to the crowd. You got to concentrate on your opponent. You can't listen to the crowd.
Absolutely.
He just plain don't like that ring attendant, does he?
He has his problems with many people, but when the match gets underway, Orndorff rarely has problems. This is doing nothing but helping Shane Douglas.
Well, what it's doing, it's taking Mr. Wonderful's blood pressure. It's ready to burst. Shane Douglas, if he's smart, will just sit back and let Mr. Wonderful get frustrated.
Orndorff slinks down into a corner. One of the greatest competitors the sport has ever seen, and a youngster going at it here for the World Television Championship. Don't forget, it is a one-fall television time remaining.
So they will wrestle till the end of our hour.
Till the end of our hour. And then, of course, the bell would sound at the end of the hour if it's time to go off the air, and we would have a draw. That time, Douglas trying to go for a leg, but Orndorff in defense.
Orndorff fended him off and got the... Shane Douglas not able to grab the leg.
Orndorff wants to slow things down here, doesn't he? Waistlock. Orndorff standing switch. Takes him off his feet.
That's good amateur wrestling right there from... Whoa, and he spun Mr. Wonderful right out to the floor. That's what makes it tougher than amateur wrestling, Tony Schiavone. Because if you get spun in amateur wrestling, you're on a flat mat that doesn't have a 4-foot drop to the floor. You get spun in pro wrestling, you're out to the floor.
We have to take a break. If the match ends during the break, we'll show you what happened on instant replay and then give you a standby match. But if not, we'll be back right after this.
Now McDonald's always has one extra value meal for $2.99. Might be this one, this one, this one, or to find out which extra value meal is $2.99, go to your local McDonald's. But if you want to know, you gotta go. Come on, no food fight. You know McDonald's extra value meals come with golden fries and Coca-Cola, right? Good. You know there's now always one on the menu for $2.99. Okay. And you know which extra value meal is $2.99 at your McDonald's. No? Well, if you want to know, you gotta go.
When you're thirsty, you need a squirt. because there's nothing like our refreshing blend of citrus flavors. Give your thirst a squirt.
Bart, I'm going to open my mouth and close my eyes, and you're going to give me a big surprise.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Hi, I'm Neil Pateron, president. Did you know Tetra's Garden Pond Kit can transform your yard into a showplace?
With Tetra Pond's flexible PVC liners, you can create a free-form Tetra Pond almost anywhere. In-ground, above ground, even indoors.
Tetra Pond products for beautiful water gardens, now at Petland discounts.
Things were rough before I got laid off, and then, wow. Creditors calling day and night, foreclosure notices on our house. My wife finally stopped the madness.
How?
Called Jacoby and Myers. Instead of losing everything, all we lost were the bill collectors. Our bankruptcy lawyer helped us keep our house, furniture, my tools. You know, the bankruptcy laws aren't just for big corporations.
What's next?
I think we got a shot at getting our credit back.
Welcome to Roy Rogers, where the chickens come home to roast. Right now, get a quarter roaster with cornbread and your choice of 2 sides for just $2.99. Or feed a family of 4 with 4 quarters, cornbread, and your choice of 2 large sides for just $9.99. Take them back to the nest. Have a wing ding. Roy's Roasters, the chicken that rules the roost.
Back on Worldwide, the computerized Contenders Challenge. Shane Douglas, the challenger, Orndorff, the world television champion. And Orndorff, who has repeatedly gone to the corners to slow down Shane Douglas, does it one more time.
And now he's calling for a timeout. Mr. Wonderful wants to use the first of his 2 allotted second-half timeouts.
What are you, Chris Webber or something?
I'm sorry, Tony. I was just watching too much Final Four a couple weeks ago. The only thing is, Weber got penalized for his timeout. Wonderful won't.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's what Weber needs to do, switch to wrestling.
Full arm drag and twist now. And right to the wrist. Orndorff. Now, he defeated Eric Watts in the finals of the tournament, and at that time, Jeff, we made the remark that he was attempting to mat wrestle Eric Watts, and that's what he had attempted to do before the break.
Well, right now, Shane Douglas with that top wrist lock right there, putting the pressure on. You can see he's got Wonderful shoulder against his shoulder. That allows him to apply more pressure. Doesn't give Mr. Wonderful a chance to step under and reverse it. Oh, but a good throw by the champion.
And a steam for Shane Douglas. And a drop toe hold. Douglas back to the attack once again, going right to the arm. Remember now, the primary weapon for Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff is the pile driver. So as long as he keeps Orndorff on the mat, he can't execute the pile driver.
Well, Orndorff's got to watch out for one other thing, too, with Shane Douglas. And you know what that is?
What's that, Jeff?
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat lurking in the shadows. Because they're tag team partners. And I'll tell you this, if they see the opening, you could see Steamboat come out and interfere in this matchup, no doubt about it.
You mentioned about the computer. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, as we found out last week, was ranked #1 in the computer going up against Big Van Vader in the WCW World Heavyweight title. And that match will be coming up in weeks to come here on Worldwide. And a stomp on the back of the head into the midsection. Oh, right to the jaw. Clenched fist against a warning, and now headbutt. And now we're seeing Orndorff at his best.
Orndorff's turning loose now on Shane Douglas. The born-again Republican in a lot of trouble.
Forearm shot, born again. Was he a liberal many years ago?
I don't know. Sounded good.
Orndorff says he's ready for the pile driver.
If he hits this, not even Rush Limbaugh will be able to help Douglas.
All right, going to try.
Oh, he blocked the suplex.
Sure did. Up. Shane Douglas puts him down. 1, 2. 2 count. Shane, he and Ricky will be in the cage against the Hollywood Blondes at Slamboree on May 23rd. Could very well have the World Television belt when that match takes place as well.
Look at Wonderful. He's showing the referee a suntan line.
Well, I've heard everything now.
I guess he was saying he pulled my pints, Rap.
That's what he was saying, I think. Jesse. And now the chant of Paula gets his attention. And you can hear it.
And fortunately, Paula's only one syllable, so the fans can say it.
Right hand. Douglas. He may be trying to set him up with a belly-to-belly suplex here. 1, 2. Oh, that was close.
Wonderful kick out there. I'll tell you what. Shane Douglas right now taking it to the television champion, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Over the top. Swinging neck breaker. Orndorff ducked down a little bit too early that time, Jess.
And he got caught. Here's a cover.
Ooh, 2 count. Shane Douglas for the second time now in a row came an eyelash of becoming the new World Television Champion. A right hand, and Orndorff fires back.
But always remember, Tony, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Wonderful's in major trouble here.
He tried to block it, but couldn't, and now power slam again.
Ooh, foot on the rope. Whoa. What does Douglas think he wanted?
Well, I think so. Now he's arguing the referee better get back to the attack. There he goes. Orndorff hooks the legs. He got the rope.
He got him.
Oh, no.
Not only did the rope save him, the rope won it for him. Brilliant by Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful.
That's called using your rope, Shivani.
Fans, next week, the Hollywood Blondes against Two Golden Bag Love. The computerized contender challenge continues, and a flair for the goal for Jesse Ventura and Tony Shivani. See you next week on Worldwide Wrestling.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Bone-crunching action, hard-charging plays, all the football excitement of the button-pounding arcade smash, super high-impact football for Genesis and now Super NES.
Odor Eater's Foot Powder. Its super drying formula can absorb 25 times more wetness than talc. Odor Eater's Foot Powder.
Eliminate shake, rattle, and roll in the back of your vehicle with Load Hugger. Fits all makes and models of trucks, cars, vans, and sport utility vehicles. Load Hugger cargo nets.